Enactus Sheffield, we believe in need-driven social enterprise and simplicity-driven solutions. You see, tackling complex problems can often lead to overcomplicated solutions. But we develop a detailed understanding which allows us to find the simplest possible solution with people at the heart of all our projects.
This is the Enactus Sheffield way, and today we will show you it in action through two of our flagship projects, On Target and One Drop.
Too many incredible young people are being excluded from learning and written off too early. Across the UK, 42 students are excluded from schools every single day. A shocking statistic. But what does it actually mean? It means that every day, 42 children are 9 times more likely to be unemployed, 4.5 times more likely to be homeless, and significantly more likely to commit a crime. Over the course of their lives, a permanently excluded student will cost society £370,000 each.
Closer to home, we found that permanent exclusion rates in Sheffield secondary schools were 65% higher than the national average in 2017 to 18. This is our city, our problem, and simply unacceptable.
Tackling this problem means finding ways to keep children engaged in school, but many are unable to see the relevance of studying to their future aspirations and lack positive role models to help them be ambitious in thinking about their futures. We designed an On Target, a new local project, to prevent them becoming one of the 42 daily exclusions.
On Target uses a simple intervention with 3 components across 9 weeks to help at-risk young people to realise their potential.
Component 1. Engagement through sports. Schools refer students who are at risk of being excluded, based on criteria we have agreed. To help us engage and inspire them, we built partnerships with sports organisations, including Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, who sees the potential in our programme and wants to help us keep students engaged in education. Sports allows students to build confidence and trust through something they enjoy, as well as providing them the opportunity to take part in rewarding, team-based physical activity.
Component 2. Mentoring with relatable role models. In collaboration with national mentoring experts, we created a mentoring programme delivered by our students, who are young, relatable role models. Sessions are tailored to individuals, identifying their future aspirations and goals, and connecting these with positive engagement in the classroom.
Component 3. Professional experience. In the final stage of our programme, students undertake work experience with our growing network of partners to help them recognise the value they can offer whilst gaining positive reinforcement, access to professional role models and a broader perspective on opportunities after education. So, that's the process. But what does this really mean for individuals at risk of exclusion?
This year, we have successfully guided 12 young people through the 9-week program, with teachers and mentors recognizing improvements in their engagement, motivation and confidence. Let us share with you the story of one beneficiary.
At Sheffield Springs Academy, we met Kyle. Kyle was 13. He was popular with his mates. He was about to choose his GCSEs, but with the death of his mother a year earlier and his poor academic performance, he didn't enjoy school and didn't see the point of studying. He'd fallen into a worrying pattern of poor, disruptive behaviour, causing problems in the classroom and becoming increasingly at risk of exclusion.
Kyle's teachers referred him to On Target. Through football sessions with our partner, Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, in Component 1, he was able not only to enjoy himself, but to excel. He displayed incredible technical ability and leadership skills on the football pitch.
In Component 2, Kyle's on-target mentor, Alvi, initially observed that away from his friends, Kyle was shy, withdrawn, and very impressionable, being influenced by others in his friendship group. Through our mentoring, he grew in confidence, interacting with Alvi and in the classroom. One teacher even commented, "Kyle would have never stood up and presented in front of an audience 4 weeks ago. I can't believe the transformation."
Through Component 3, Kyle wanted to gain experience in professional football. We are delighted to share with you that Kyle secured a place in the Sheffield Wednesday Football Academy. As a direct result of On Target's intervention, Kyle now has positive role models, a reason to engage in school, and is no longer at risk of becoming one of the 42 children excluded each day.
On Target is funded through our Commercial Football League and grant funding, Our costs have been low, meaning that On Target has made a total profit of $1,800. This model is sufficient to sustain the delivery of the project over the next year. We have identified school and council funding that we will be able to access once we have scaled the project beyond pilot.
So what's next for On Target? As well as working towards diversifying the sports that we offer and building our work experience partners, we have already secured contracts with 2 more schools to deliver the program to 30 more students from September. Our plan is to extend this to 60 students and 4 schools by the end of next academic year.
On Target is a simple and cost-effective solution to complex issues. The power of simplicity is success.
Never is there a greater need for simplicity than in a developing country with limited resources thousands of miles away. And so we move to our next project in sub-Saharan Africa, Chikwawa, Malawi. 80% of families are subsistence farmers, dependent on growing their own crops in backyard farms to feed themselves. But their crops often fail because irrigation is a problem. It's more labour intensive than they can manage, and inefficient methods lead to water wastage.
Chikwawa's problems don't stop there. 100% of 27 subsistence farmers we interviewed are unable to secure full-time work in their rural communities. But these statistics are more than just numbers. They mean that families lack basic incomes and often go without necessities, such as food, soap, and school supplies for their children, depriving them of the opportunity to learn.
Having explored these complex problems, we designed One Drop, our simple solution with 3 elements.
Element 1. Technology. The engineering team at Enactus Sheffield designed the one-drop water irrigation solution. A simple technology to semi-automate watering of crops to target water efficiently at the roots.
Element 2. Training. We have designed training for farmers, school leavers and students to allow them to implement and use the one-drop system and learn more about sustainable agricultural practices so they can increase crop yields and feed their families.
Element 3. Enterprise. Using the one-drop system increases yields, so that families will have surplus crops. Our enterprise workshops help them to build business skills so that they can sell these crops at local markets, thereby gaining an income. Starting the enterprise is funded through a microfinance loan, which will be paid back over time as they generate revenue from the crops.
This year we have focused on elements 1 and 2. We are proud to have implemented our first 4 systems in Chikwawa in collaboration with our project partner CIRCOT. And we have received very positive feedback. All 4 of the farmers with trial systems reported reduction in the use of water and time spent working on their farm. We saw great increase in yields of fast-growing crops, providing more food for the farmers' families. Unfortunately, we hit a snag with slower growing crops. These had not reached maturity for harvest when an unprecedented heat wave hit Chikwawa and the crops were scorched.
Our learning from this trial was that our system was highly effective at targeting irrigation, reducing workload for farmers, and increasing yields to support families. But with slower growing crops, it would be helpful to plant them earlier so that they can be harvested before the height of the summer, when climate change means that extreme temperatures may become a more frequent problem.
To build on this success and learning, the next phase of our project is to scale impact. Through our collaboration with CIRCOT, we have identified over 150 farmers who have shown interest in the project. This year, 31 farmers were involved, along with 10 students and 4 CIRCOT volunteers. They learned from our implementation phase and benefited from our sustainable agricultural workshops, so that they are now prepared to implement and use the system themselves.
To help drive the project forward, we needed a presence on the ground in Chikwawa. We're therefore proud to say that we now employ Crispin, a CIRCOT volunteer, as one-drop local project leader. Crispin recently graduated school, but because of high unemployment rates, he was unable to find work. We quickly built a strong working relationship with him. He proved to be such an asset to the project, and we are delighted to be able to secure his ongoing support while providing him with a living wage. This means that Crispin has been able to improve his family household income while building up valuable work experience.
Unfortunately, given the current global pandemic, we have had to pause our plans to travel to Malawi this summer. However, the strong partnership that we have built over the past year with Circle and Crispin has meant that we are able to maintain positive communications with them. We have supported them to continue the project with existing beneficiaries and setting in place plans for when we can roll out the project more widely.
Over the 13 years Enactus Sheffield has been operating, we've prided ourselves on understanding the details of the issues that people face, so that we can act to provide simple, effective solutions.
We've been able to do this in light of the recent coronavirus outbreak too, sustaining projects and continuing to reach our beneficiaries. We've begun remote delivery of motion, our award-winning chair-based exercise sessions, by filming and sharing them with our care home residents who we know and love.
Within less than a week of our university spending face-to-face teaching, we have transferred our beginners coding course, Code Creators, online, so that we have been able to continue delivering it to 121 students.
Most recently, we've set up regular virtual coffee meetings and a home workout programme that all 102 Enactus Sheffield members can take part in, maintaining the community we've all worked so hard to build.
Today, we've shown you the Enactus Sheffield way, gaining a detailed understanding of challenges faced by our beneficiaries and finding simple but effective solutions. Simplicity and cost effectiveness allow sustainable scalability. And that matters because it helps us positively impact the lives of as many people and communities as possible. Whether it's high impact projects on our doorstep in Sheffield or innovative solutions in Chikwawa, simplicity links them both. Detailed understanding for simple solutions. It's the Enactus Sheffield way.